when Vincent the Hammer Russo slapped Miss Sarah Williams so hard her blood stained the floor of her father's restaurant. He made the biggest mistake of his life. That night, when she walked into Small's Paradise with her face swollen and her lips split open, Bumpy Johnson was mid-conversation. He saw her stumble through the door and didn't ask what happened. The bruises told him everything. Vincent Russo had just violated the one sacred rule in Harlem. You don't touch Bumpy Johnson's people. What Bumpy did in the next 48 hours didn't just save one black-owned restaurant. It ended Italian mob extortion in Harlem forever. And he never fired a single shot. To understand what happened, you need to understand who Sarah Williams was. At 28, she taught 3rd grade at PS 135, had graduated from Howard University, and carried herself with dignity that made people straighten their backs when she walked past. Her father, James Williams, had worked as a Pullman porter for 20 years, saved every dollar, and in 1938, opened Williams's Soul Food Kitchen on 132nd Street. 12 tables, checkered cloth, fried chicken that made your grandmother's cooking seem ordinary. But more than food, Williams's Soul Food Kitchen represented black ownership in a neighborhood where white landlords and white mobsters wanted to own everything. It was proof a black man could build something honest, something lasting, something his children could inherit. And that's exactly why the Italian mob wanted to destroy it. By early 1947, the Genovese family had looked at Harlem and seen opportunity. Black neighborhoods had money flowing through them, but unlike Little Italy, Harlem had no protection. Police wouldn't help black business owners. City Hall pretended they didn't exist. So when Italian crews started demanding protection money, most people had two choices: pay or burn. James Williams had watched 5 businesses on his block cave. Jackson's barbershop paid $75 monthly. The Lenox Lounge paid $200. Mrs. Thompson's dress shop paid $50. Every black entrepreneur in Harlem was bleeding money to men who'd never cared about the neighborhood before. But the Italians hadn't counted on one thing. There was one man in Harlem who'd built his entire reputation on a single principle: nobody takes from us. His name was Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy was 41 in 1947, and everyone knew who really ran Harlem. He'd survived wars with Dutch Schultz, negotiated with Lucky Luciano, protected Madame St. Clair's numbers operation when the entire mob wanted it destroyed. He ruled through respect and one unbreakable rule: protect the community. When families couldn't pay rent, Bumpy paid it. When corrupt cops shook down businesses, Bumpy made calls that stopped it. When Italian mobsters tried muscling in, Bumpy pushed back so hard they left in ambulances. And his most sacred rule: you don't extort black-owned businesses. You don't threaten them. And you absolutely never put your hands on a black woman. Vincent Russo was about to learn that lesson. Vincent the Hammer Russo was 32, built like concrete, with a reputation for violence that made even mobsters uncomfortable. He'd gotten his nickname after what he did to a restaurant owner who refused protection money. 3 broken ribs, shattered jaw, 6 weeks hospitalized. After that, everyone paid. The Genovese family loved Vincent because he was efficient. Walk in, state the price, make examples of resistance. By March 1947, he'd brought 32 black businesses under control. Williams's Soul Food Kitchen was supposed to be number 33. One Tuesday evening, Vincent walked into James Williams's restaurant. The dinner rush was winding down. 20 customers finishing meals. James behind the counter. His daughter Sarah clearing tables in her teaching clothes. Vincent didn't sit, didn't order. He walked straight to the counter and dropped a photograph down. The photo showed Williams's soul food kitchen, but with shattered windows, broken doors, smoke damage gutting the interior. "Nice place you got here," Vincent said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Be a shame if something happened to it." James Williams was 64. He'd survived Jim Crow, lynch mobs, the Great Migration. He'd built this restaurant brick by brick, dollar by dollar, dream by dream. "I don't want any trouble, sir," James said quietly. "Then there won't be any," Vincent replied. "Long as you pay $500 monthly, first payment Friday." $500 was more than James's entire profit most months. "I can't pay that," James said softly. "I barely keep the lights on." Vincent's smile vanished. "Then you better figure it out. Because Friday, I'm walking through that door expecting my money. And if you don't have it," he tapped the photograph. That's when Sarah Williams stepped forward. She'd been listening, watching this white mobster threaten her father, and something snapped. "Leave my father alone," she said, her voice cutting through the tension. "He's not paying you anything." The restaurant froze. Vincent turned slowly. "What did you say?" "You heard me," Sarah said, stepping closer. "This is extortion. It's illegal. My father built this restaurant with money he earned working honest jobs. He doesn't owe you one damn penny." Vincent took a step toward her. His two crew members moved forward, flanking him. James tried to get between them, pleading, "Sarah, please, don't." But Vincent pushed the old man aside. "You got a smart mouth, sweetheart," Vincent said. "Someone should teach you when to use it." "And someone should teach you that Harlem isn't yours to take," Sarah shot back. That's when Vincent hit her. One backhand slap so hard she spun and crashed into a table. Plates shattered. Sarah hit the floor, her lips split open, blood staining her yellow dress. The restaurant erupted. Customers stood, men moving forward, but Vincent's crew drew weapons. Two pistols pointed at the crowd. "Anybody moves," one said, "and we put bullets in everyone." Vincent stood over Sarah, bleeding on the floor. "Your father's got until Friday. $500. Cash. And next time you talk to me like that, I won't be so gentle." They walked out. James dropped beside his daughter, hands shaking, trying to clean blood with a napkin. "Sarah, baby, are you okay?" Sarah pushed herself up, ignored the pain, the blood taste. She looked at her father's terrified face, at customers who couldn't help, at broken plates. "I'm going to see Bumpy Johnson," she said. "Sarah, no. You don't get involved with men like that." "Men like Vincent Russo already made it my business," Sarah replied. "And Bumpy Johnson is the only man in Harlem who can stop this." Late that night, Sarah walked into Small's Paradise. The bouncer saw her face, the blood on her dress, and stepped aside. She walked through the dancing crowd, past the jazz band, past tables of hustlers and politicians, straight to Bumpy Johnson's corner booth. Bumpy was discussing housing developments with two city councilmen. He saw Sarah approaching and stopped mid-sentence. He stood slowly, eyes taking in every detail. The swollen face, split lip, blood on her dress. "Miss Williams," he said quietly, and everyone knew that tone. The calm before the storm. "What happened to your face?" "Vincent Russo happened," Sarah said, voice shaking but defiant. "He came demanding $500 monthly, protection money. When I said no, when I told him Harlem isn't his to take, he hit me." Nearby, conversation stopped. Bumpy's jaw tightened, voice deadly calm. "Sit down. Tell me everything." Sarah told him about the photograph, the demand her father couldn't pay, how she'd stepped forward to protect him, the backhand that sent her crashing, the guns pulled on customers, the Friday threat. Bumpy listened without interrupting. When she finished, he asked one question. He said, "Friday?" "Friday. First payment." Bumpy nodded slowly, then looked at Illinois Gordon across the booth. "Find out everything about Vincent Russo. Where he eats, drinks, sleeps. Where his mother lives. Where his girlfriend works." By morning, Illinois left immediately. Bumpy turned back to Sarah. "You did right coming here. Go home. Take care of your father. Tell him he's not paying Vincent Russo one damn dime. Not one. I'll handle this." "How?" Sarah asked. "What are you going to do?" Bumpy's eyes went cold. "I'm going to teach Vincent Russo why we don't put our hands on black women in Harlem." The next morning, Illinois returned with a thick folder. Vincent lived in the Bronx, ate lunch daily at Patsy's Italian restaurant, drank at Gato Nero Social Club Thursdays, had a girlfriend, Maria, working at her family's bakery. His mother, Rosa, lived alone on 187th Street. He drove a black Cadillac, collected Protection Fridays starting in East Harlem. Other mobsters didn't like him, thought he was reckless, enjoyed cruelty too much. Bumpy studied everything, mind-planning moves like chess, then made a call. "Frank, it's Bumpy. We need to talk. Today." That afternoon, Bumpy and Frank Costello met in Central Park. Neutral ground. Bumpy brought Illinois. Costello brought his consigliere Carmine. They sat feeding ducks like old friends. Costello lit a cigar. "This better be important, Bumpy. One of your people put hands on a black woman in Harlem last night," Bumpy said evenly. "Vincent Russo, running protection rackets on black businesses. Beat Sarah Williams because she said no." Costello's expression stayed neutral. "Vincent works for Genovese, not me." "I know how it works," Bumpy replied. "But you know our deal. Lucky and I agreed. You stay out of Harlem numbers. We pay 10% for banking. Your people don't muscle black businesses. Vincent's violating that." Costello took another drag, thinking. "What do you want?" "I want you to do nothing," Bumpy said. "I'm handling Vincent myself, but I'm giving you courtesy. Professional respect. When Vincent disappears or shows up broken, I don't want Genovese thinking I'm starting war. I'm enforcing rules we agreed to." Carmine leaned forward. "Genovese won't like it." "Vincent's a rabid dog," Bumpy said coldly. "Rabid dogs get put down. You know it. Even Genovese knows it." Costello studied Bumpy, then smiled. Recognition between men who understood power. "You've got 48 hours. "I don't need 48, Bumpy replied, standing. "I need 24. The next evening, Vincent walked into Patsy's restaurant. His usual table waiting. Ordered veal parmigiana, spaghetti, Chianti. The restaurant was packed. Families eating. Couples on dates. Old men playing cards. Normal. Safe. That's when Bumpy Johnson walked in. Alone. No bodyguards. No visible weapons. Just Bumpy in a navy suit, walking through like he owned the place. The restaurant noticed. Conversation stuttered. Forks stopped. Vincent saw him coming, hand moving toward his gun. But Bumpy just pulled out the chair and sat down. "Vincent Russo," Bumpy said pleasantly. "We need to talk." Vincent's hand stayed on his gun. "You got balls walking in here. This ain't Harlem." "No, it's not," Bumpy agreed. "But respect doesn't have borders. You disrespected me. More importantly, you disrespected a young woman who teaches children and her father, who spent 20 years building an honest business." Vincent tried laughing. "That smart-mouthed bitch, she had it coming." Bumpy's expression didn't change, but everyone felt the temperature drop. "So here's what's happening. Bumpy said quietly. He reached into his jacket. Vincent tensed, but Bumpy pulled out photographs. The first showed Vincent's mother leaving her apartment. The second showed his girlfriend Maria at the bakery. The third showed Vincent's Cadillac parked outside his apartment. I know where everyone you love lives, Vincent. I know their routines. I know what time your mother goes to church. I know what time Maria closes the bakery. I know everything. Vincent went pale. You threatening my family? I'm showing you what you did when you hit Sarah Williams, Bumpy said. You threatened mine. Now I'm showing you I can do the same. But here's the difference between you and me. I don't need to hurt them to hurt you. Bumpy leaned forward. Tomorrow morning, you're walking into Williams's soul food kitchen. You're apologizing to Sarah Williams in front of her father and every customer. You're paying James Williams $5,000 for damages. Then you're never setting foot in Harlem again. Every black business you've been extorting gets their money back. Every threat you made gets erased. Vincent stared. Or what? Or I make one phone call, Bumpy said. Frank Costello knows I'm here, knows what you did, knows you violated the agreement between our organizations. One call, and Genovese cuts you loose to keep the peace. Then you're just another body in the East River. Bumpy stood up. You've got until tomorrow morning. Choose wisely. The next morning, Vincent Russo walked into Williams's soul food kitchen. The breakfast crowd went silent. He walked to where Sarah Williams sat with her father. Her face still showed bruises. Miss Williams, Vincent said, voice shaking. I apologize. What I did was wrong. I'm sorry. He placed an envelope on the table. $5,000 in cash, then turned to James. Mr. Williams, I'm sorry for threatening your business. You won't see me again. He walked out, never returned to Harlem. Within a week, every black business he'd been extorting got their money back. The Genovese family quietly pulled their protection rackets north of 110th Street. And Williams's soul food kitchen stayed open for another 30 years, a testament to what happened when you touched Bumpy Johnson's people. Sarah Williams went on to become a principal. Her father lived to see his grandchildren graduate college. And every time someone asked how they survived the mob, they told the same story. The night Bumpy Johnson proved that real power doesn't come from violence. It comes from protecting those who can't protect themselves.